Have you guys ever wondered what if Isagi was actually a genius instead of a prodigy? Well, before we go into details about that, I'll explain what these terms actually mean according to Blue Lock. In Blue Lock, a genius is someone born with a unique, genetic talent that no one else can copy. It's their natural edge, like Nagi's ball control and Loki's speed. A prodigy, on the other hand, is a talented learner, someone who grows quickly by adapting and creating new techniques, like Isagi observing others or Kaiser pushing himself by taking on impossible challenges. The key difference is that genius traits can't be replicated, while prodigy traits can be taught and spread to others. But as Isagi realizes, no player is purely one or the other. Everyone has a mix of both, just leaning more toward one side. The true greats are those who can combine their uncopyable genius with their ability to evolve as prodigies. It is quite obvious that Isagi is more of a prodigy since he doesn't possess any genetic traits that allow him to outclass everyone. He learns and adapts his game according to the situation. Now, in this video, we will assume that Isagi is actually a genius with some special genetic traits. Here comes the difficult part. What genetic ability will Isagi have to make him a genius? In this timeline, instead of giving him just one special ability, all of his football skills are boosted. His dribbling, passing, positioning, and finishing are already on a higher level than most players his age. But the ability that shines the most is his vision. Isagi is basically born with metavision, something that usually takes players years to develop. From the very beginning, he can see the whole field, read movements before they happen, and predict where the ball should go. This makes him stand out as a natural genius, someone who doesn't just play football, but controls it. You can just say he is more like Rin here, but his vision is far better. Isagi Yoichi's story begins just like the original, with him being inspired by Noel Noah. But in this timeline, things are different. From the very first time he played, it was clear that Isagi was not normal. His vision was on another level, almost like he was born with metavision. He could see the whole field at once, every movement, every chance to attack. On top of that, his skills in football were much better than others. His passes were sharp, his dribbling was smooth, and his shots were clean. Everyone who saw him play called him a genius. He became the ace of his team, the one who always made them win whenever he stepped onto the pitch. When he joined Ichinan, his reputation only grew. His teammates admired him, and people around him always said, "With Isagi, we can't lose." He was the star of the team, the one everyone relied on. But even though he was so good, Isagi still played selflessly. He wanted to make the team look good, not just himself. That's why when they reached the regional finals against Kira's team, he went in with the same mindset. The match was tough. Kira's team knew Isagi was the main threat, so they marked him tightly, surrounding him every time he got the ball. Still, Isagi showed his genius. He broke through defenders, created plays out of nothing, and gave his team hope. As the final moments came, he spotted the perfect opening. His eyes locked onto the chance, and he trusted his vision. With confidence, he passed the ball to his teammate right in front of the goal, but the shot missed. Isagi was shocked. He asked himself, "Why did I pass when I could have scored myself?" For the first time, his talent had failed him, not because he lacked the skill, but because his teammates couldn't finish what he started. After the match, Isagi sat quietly, staring down at his hands. His chest was heavy, and his mind was spinning. "I thought I was carrying them," he muttered, "but in the end, they held me back." The anger inside him grew stronger with every thought. He clenched his fists tightly and said, "Never again. I'll never rely on anyone else." And from that moment, the genius Isagi Yoichi began his path into true egoism. The story moves forward as Isagi eventually receives the Blue Lock invitation. For him, this was more than just a letter. It was the chance to prove that he was truly the best and to redeem himself after that painful failure in the regionals. With his genius abilities, his vision sharper than anyone else's, he felt ready to take on whatever Blue Lock had to offer. When he finally arrived, just like in the original story, Isagi was the first one to step into Blue Lock. But this time, things were very different. Instead of being placed near the bottom, he was ranked at the very top, even above Kira. It made sense because Isagi was a genius, a natural talent that stood out above the rest. And when it came time for the tag match, it was still our good old Kira who got sent home. Isagi was the one who personally delivered the blow. You could almost call it his revenge. The story then continued to the first real challenge, Team Z against Team X, the team led by Barou. In the original timeline, Isagi's team was destroyed, with Barou exploiting their selfish and chaotic play. But here, things did not go the same way. Team Z was still a mess, with every player focused only on themselves and refusing to cooperate. Barou stole the ball from them again and again, just like before. But this timeline, Isagi was different. His vision allowed him to read Barou's movements in advance, and he was able to stop him at key moments. Even though the game still ended in a loss, it was not a crushing defeat. The final score was 3-2, with Barou scoring all 3 for his side and Isagi scoring both for his team. What made it even more impressive was the way it happened. Barou's teammates understood that he was their only weapon, so they passed to him willingly. Isagi, however, had no such support. His teammates were too busy chasing their own glory. Yet, he still found ways to score purely on his own. The fact that he managed to stand toe-to-toe with Barou and keep the game close proved just how much of a genius he really was. After the match with Barou's team, Ego gathered everyone and explained the importance of having weapons. This was the moment when most players started to realize what their strengths truly were. The next 2 matches were nothing too special, as Isagi completely dominated the opponents. It took some time for Team Z to realize just how special Isagi is, but once they did, their entire strategy started revolving around them. Some players like Raichi tried to resist and go against him, but none of them were strong enough to challenge his influence. Then came the real test, the match against Team V, led by Reo and Nagi. This was a clash between 2 geniuses, Nagi with his natural brilliance and Isagi with his sharpened vision and complete skill set. Normally, this would have been the turning point for Isagi in the original story, but here, things were different. Back then, Team Z had managed to win even with Isagi still evolving. In this timeline, Isagi was already far better. His vision and skills were on a completely different level, and he was the key to keeping his team alive. The only issue was that Team Z relied too much on him. The opponents noticed this and started targeting him directly, making it hard for him to move freely and create plays. But even under pressure, Isagi's vision allowed him to outsmart the defenders. He found gaps, created chances out of nothing, and pushed his team forward. In the end, despite the obstacles, Team Z still managed to score and win because of him. This match proved that even when he was heavily marked, Isagi's genius was something that could not be shut down. After this, it is time for the AI goalkeeper test. Isagi walks in with full confidence, believing that he will be the first one to clear it. But to his surprise, that was not the case. The one who came out on top was Rin, the top-ranked player of Blue Lock. This moment hit Isagi hard. Even though he was a genius, his strength leaned more towards his vision and overall control of the game. His shooting was far superior compared to his original self, but when it came to pure finishing ability, Rin was still ahead of him. This realization shocked Isagi. For the first time in this timeline, he felt that there was someone above him. But instead of backing down, he decided that he would challenge Rin directly. Just like in the original story, Isagi ended up forming a team with Bachira and Nagi. Together, they challenged Rin and his squad to a match, setting the stage for a battle between 2 geniuses with completely different styles. The match begins with Isagi immediately taking control of the pitch. His vision allows him to read every movement and predict every action before it happens. He dribbles through the midfield with sharp footwork, making his way toward the opponent's box. Tokimitsu tries to stop him with his overwhelming physical power, but Isagi's dribbling and agility prove too much. With a quick feint, he tricks Ryu into committing to a tackle after faking a pass toward Bachira. In the next instant, Isagi shoots the ball straight into the net, putting his team ahead. Not long after, Isagi scores again, showcasing just how dangerous he is when given space. At that moment, Rin begins to analyze him. He realizes that inside the box, Isagi rarely passes. His experience from previous matches taught him to take the shot himself. Rin uses this to his advantage, cutting off Isagi's angles and managing to score a goal in return, making it 2-1. Soon after, Rin intercepts Isagi again, but this time, he can't score. Isagi was already 2 steps ahead. Predicting Rin's movements, he blocks the shot and launches a perfect long pass toward Bachira, who finishes with style to make it 3-1. The match grows more intense, as Rin and Isagi begin reading each other's movements in real time. It turns into a battle of geniuses, with each action countered by the other. Still, Isagi manages to stay a step ahead, using his vision to break Rin's control over the game. The back and forth clash continues until the scoreline reaches 4-3. Finally, in the closing moments, Bachira sends in a messy cross. Isagi reads it perfectly, controls the ball under pressure, and with brilliant improvisation, backheels a pass to Nagi. Nagi takes the chance and calmly finishes, sealing the match 5-3. Isagi stands tall, proving not only that he could match Rin, but also surpass him. Who do you think Isagi will pick for his team? And do you think anyone will be able to stop genius Isagi?